So today I'm gonna redo a video which I made back in 2021. How to add money, aka an economy, to your Minecraft server. I was recently going over some old videos just to check what I've made in the past, and I noticed that some videos are extremely outdated. Now don't get me wrong, old and outdated is not the same thing. Old videos can still be very up to date, just because the method of doing such thing has not really changed. When it came to the economy video though, I feel like I could have explained it a bit better, but to be fair, back in 2021, I was just doing this channel for about 1 year. A lot has changed since then. So let's do it again. But before we do, something you should do again is double checking if you're actually subscribed to the channel. The vast majority of my daily viewers are still not. Even though you may think you are, you may not actually be in reality. So if you could just double check, I would appreciate it so extremely much. So the first thing I want to get out of the way, this is about how to add an economy to a plugin-based Minecraft server. In other words, the type of server that Hypixel and Origin Realms and MCC Island are running. No modded servers, as mods work completely different. And most people who require an economy on their server are running a plugin-based server anyway. Okay, so any modern economy system on a Minecraft server that uses a digital currency usually consists out of 3 individual pieces. First up, we need a plugin that adds the economy itself. By default, there is no currency, there is no digital purse, so that we have to add first. After that, we have to add a plugin that actually allows players to buy and sell stuff, because money is nice, but if you can't do anything with it, then it's still pretty useless. And after that, we need to add a bridge, a plugin that links the 2 other plugins together, so that your digital purse can be used together with your buy and sell plugin. Okay, so let's start with adding the economy itself. The most popular plugin for this, to this day, is still Essentials X. The thing with Essentials X though is that it is not even an economy plugin. Sure, it adds an economy, but it also adds 160 other commands that you may not even want on your server. Now, if you like Essentials and you're fine with adding all of that other stuff as well, then that is probably your most stable and reliable choice. Though, if you feel like Essentials X is kind of bloated, you may want to opt for a dedicated economy plugin. Like, for example, Fancy Economy, made by Oliver, the same developer who also made Fancy NPCs and Fancy Holograms. Now, unfortunately, at this time, the plugin is no longer being supported, developed, or maintained, which really is a bummer, because it is a very simple and clean solution for adding an economy, without adding any additional bloat. Fortunately though, at the time of recording this video, the plugin is available for 1.21.11, which is currently the newest version of PaperMC as well, and as an economy doesn't rely on in-game features that heavily, it may work perfectly fine on some future versions as well. If you have another economy plugin which you prefer, feel free to go for that one, but all you want to make sure of is that you get a digital currency and a purse. So I've added Fancy Economy now, which means when I now type /balance, you can see I have 980 money. Money being the name of the default currency. We can now also do money, add Casa Sora, and then 1000, which will add 1000 to my account. We type bell again, and there we go. The currency is now in game, but how do we use it? You want to make sure you add the plugin to your server, so players can buy and sell stuff. Now, in the big 2026, there are literally hundreds of shop plugins out there. So which one you want to use, that is completely up to you. Personally, I'm a very big fan of Chess Shop. Now, I know you may be like, oh, but Kasai, it has not been updated for a really long time. And it doesn't even support 1.21 or 26.1. And yes, well, it may indeed look like that. For plugins like these that don't really rely on anything in-game, they are very hard to break. And unlike most mods, a Minecraft update will usually not break them. But if you have another, way more modern economy plugin that you like to use, be my guest. All you want to make sure of is that the plugin that you install supports Vault, because Vault is gonna be our bridge. Vault is gonna be the plugin talking to Fancy Economy, or Essentials X, or any other economy plugin, and it's also gonna talk to Chess Shop, or any other buy and sell system plugin that you have installed. Because Vault, that is the last piece of the puzzle which you need. Now, Vault, just like Chess Shop, has not received an update for a really long time. It's an API that doesn't really rely on anything everything in game, so it is essentially impossible to break. If you don't feel comfortable installing a Minecraft plugin which has not received an update in over 6 years, you can also hop on Modrinf and instead install Vault Unlocked, which is a modern fork of Vault that finally supports Folia and adds multi-currency support. I've experimented with Vault Unlocked a little bit. It can be a drag and drop replacement for your current version of Vault, but then it does get actively updated. And it supports multiple currencies if that is something which you like. And after dragging all 3 of these plugins in the plugins folder over a Minecraft server, the circle is complete. I can now grab a chest and a sign, and we can now place the chest down. We put some diamonds inside, and then we write a sign saying Casa Sora, which is of course my username. After that, the amount of diamonds we want to sell at once. I'm gonna do 1. Then we're gonna make this just a buy sign. So that's gonna be B10, which means 1 diamond will cost 10 money. And then we need to specify what we're selling. A diamond. There we go. And it's done. Now, when I join the game using a bread shop, hello there, how you doing? I can first up give him some money. So let's give him 50 bucks. There we go. Here from bread shop's perspective, you can see the 50 bucks have been received. And now I can just go over to this chest, right click, and there we go. You bought 1 diamond from Casa Sora for $10. And if I do this a couple of times, you will see that I no longer have enough money. My 50 bucks run out. Alright then. Solid economy system, I would say. Now, of course, you can switch out any plugin in this system. You can also use another plugin that adds a digital currency and a wallet to your game. Same thing goes for Chest Shop. You don't have to use it. You can use another buy and sell plugin as long as it adds a shop or the ability for your players to create a shop, and as long as it hooks into Vault, which is the most important piece in this case. Make sure it supports Vault. You can use Vault Unlocked if you want. Regular Vault also works fine. And there are also shop plugins out there that do not rely on Vault, but today Vault still seems the most versatile. Even if you want to use multiple different shop plugins, like maybe you want to use a GUI shop, but you also want Chest Shop, well, if they both support Vault, then they will both use the same wallet and the same money, which is really, really clean. And with all of that being said, I'm taking over this channel. Goodbye, Kasai. That's gonna be it for today. Do make sure you're subbed to the channel, join my Discord. Thank you so much, channel members. And then I will see you in the next one. Bye bye. See you later. Bye bye.